Hey, hey, Soul Tribe. Mel, intuitive coach here. Excited to bring in your weekly collective for the 15th through the 21st. All right, let's open up your energy field and take a sneak peek into the week ahead. All right, I am hearing the name Crystal. And some of you, this is going to connect with an actual crystal that you are wearing right now or a crystal that is next to you. It feels like your vibration and the frequency or vibration of that crystal are really working together. So for example, if you are wearing rose quartz, you are leaning into that energy of love and activating the heart's desires and perhaps working on maybe even forgiveness or opening up to a deeper level of connection with your work or with your partner or with your family. So if that is you, if you are wearing a piece of crystal on your body, or if it's next to you, maybe this is one that you've been carrying around in your purse or in your wallet, let me know. Drop it in the comment section. It feels significant. Now I'm also seeing here balloons and cake. So it feels like this week there could be a birthday, an anniversary, or some form of celebration. I mean, 'tis the season. There could certainly be a holiday event or a gathering, but I feel like it's also symbolic for celebrating you, Soul Tribe. There's some sort of personal win or victory where you are going to be celebrating externally. So let's dive in. We have new life coming through at the beginning of the week, and we have a new moon in the fiery sign of Sagittarius on Friday. And Sagittarian energy awakens our big picture thinking. And I feel like you are ready to expand your horizons. Many of you have your eye on a vision. And if you have a vision board, check out the lower left quadrant of your vision board, because it feels like that area you're bringing to life perhaps sooner than maybe some of the other areas, but it feels like there is a strong pull towards that area. And for those of you that don't have a vision board, you already know what your vision is. You already know what you want to bring to life. And if you don't, be open, which I feel like you are, because that crown chakra is going right straight to that third eye this week, where you may be hit with some intuitive downloads and you're like, wow, why didn't I think of that earlier? Or how can I take this idea and run with it? I feel like this is a very creative, inspirational energy that's coming through. Bottom of the deck, we have soul purpose. This is connected to your purpose, to your awakening, to your calling. So Soul Tribe, this is discovery. And many of you are discovering that not only do you have what it takes to level up, to crash through the glass ceiling in whatever area that you felt that maybe you've outgrown, I see here that you are receiving the green light. You are receiving the guidance, the direction, the energy to move you forward. So soul purpose reminds me of judgment in tarot, where you're considering your next moves, but you also have that fiery moon that is kind of lighting that fire up behind you, saying, let's go all the way, let's do this. So let's move into Monday, December 15th. We have new life. Now this reminds me of all of the aces in tarot, right? Aces are gifts. Aces are potential. We have the ability to take that potential and nurture it, bring it to life. And you may see that this is showing up in your creative abilities. Many of you are highly creative. Your intuitive abilities are on fire, literally with that Sag, not literally, but you're fueling your creativity with that fire. And I also see that traveling, adventure, learning, teaching could also be highlighted for you as well. So this Monday, there may be an offer or an invitation to say yes to, or it could be that you want to open yourself up to a whole new way of thinking about how you do your work, how you engage in your conversations, how you are showing up in the world, because new life here is a new emotional or spiritual opportunity. It could be something physical. I'm thinking about all of the aces here. So it could be materializing some form of success. It could be the Ace of Cups, which is that heart-centered energy, that rose quartz that I was tapping into. It could be the Ace of Wands, a new sense of purpose. And that's what it feels like for many of you with soul purpose at the bottom of the deck. It's like that fiery Ace of Wands is activated, where you may even be taking a look at your appearance and saying, I'm ready for a change. I'm ready to cut my hair or color it. I'm ready to change my clothing attire, or I'm ready to shift gears when it comes to my business. I'm ready to do something differently, because it feels like you've outgrown the old version or the old identity or the old container. Think of a house plant that has become root bound and it starts growing roots out of the bottom. It feels like you are ready to grow in a new area of your life or to expand, right? You could take that same energy but expand upon it. So you're stepping into a whole new frequency, and it's kicking off for you on Monday. Even though that new moon is here on Friday, I feel like you're already in the throes of it, because we're already in Sag season. So on Tuesday, December 16th, I just heard the name Nicole. Nikki, Nikita, Nicole could be significant. We have gifts coming in here. Now, this is about gratitude. This is all about surprises, a celebration, which I was picking up on. So it could be this Tuesday that you receive an offer or an invitation. If you've been waiting for that call, or if you've been waiting for that green light, I mean, it feels like you're manifesting it, because you are highly magnetic. I'm being shown the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands. So it feels like whatever you are focusing on, it really grows quickly. And it doesn't mean that it's happening overnight, but it feels like you are visualizing what it is that you want, and you're backing it up with action quicker than maybe you have in the past. And there's this level of consistency where you can go all the way, even if it takes months or years. It does feel like you are saying, I'm in it. I'm in it for the long haul. Like, this is what I want. I want to feel healthy. I want to attract love. I want to be abundant right here, right now. I don't want to wait for the outcome to feel a certain way. I want to be connected to that vibration now, because that's how I'm going to move into the new year. And so not only do you have spiritual gifts, but I feel like you are doubting your gifts less. There may still be some hesitation for some of you who are really opening up to your own intuitive voice. Some of you are channelers, you are healers, you are astral projectors, or you're kind of putting yourself out into the universe in some way. And I see like dreams as well, lucid dreaming. And you may also have the gift of clairvoyance. It's like you're able to see things, or this could be opening up for many of you. And sometimes that can be scary, opening up to our gifts, especially if we have been ostracized or kind of cast out of society or family, or even in a past life, if you've been kind of hanged for your gifts, your skills, your abilities, that can come in as a subconscious fear. And I see that many of you are opening up, and even if it's been a little bit challenging or difficult, you are saying yes, because that yes is louder for you this week than any of the insecurities, any of the fears that have held you back or caused you to play it small or play it safe, because there's adventure ahead for you. There's new opportunity here, and you're being guided to trust. Now on Wednesday, December 17th, there's a big focus or emphasis here on career. So you may be climbing the ladder. When I think of the balloons, again, helium, next level, it feels like you're stepping up here and you are advancing. There could be a promotion for you coming in, a new invitation to work for a company or to work with someone in your field of work. I'm getting partnership. It could even be a client. A new client comes in for you, and this is a client that you will be working with for quite some time. Or perhaps you are the student. You could be the one that's learning, and you are connecting with a teacher or a spiritual guide that can help you bring your dreams to life, help you push through some of those insecurities and blockages that have held you back. And I see within your career sector, many of you are taking a side hustle or something you were curious about, and you are focusing on that. Perhaps you're taking a class. This could be a financial class. It could be a business class. I also see here you may be taking like a spiritual class to say, okay, what do I need to do to get better? Like, how can I improve? How can I expand? How can I bring in more abundance? Now, some of you, this is going to be money, but abundance can come in all shapes, sizes, and forms. And I see that there could be a big monumental milestone this Wednesday when it does come to your career where you could be getting a lot of attention. That could be the balloons, the cake, the celebration, the win. But I also see that your mentality is on fire in a good way. It's like you're very grateful, you're excited, even though there is a little bit of nervousness to maybe a new beginning coming in here. It feels like you are kind of pushing that nervousness aside and you're saying, I'm here to expand, I'm here to evolve, I'm here to grow. What's next, Spirit? So it feels like you are really stepping into the role that you are meant for. And you may have some ideas that you really run with, especially in the beginning of 2026. Now, moving into Thursday, December 18th, we have Detox. So it's not a surprise that this is showing up the day before the new moon because you are clearing out the old to make way for new. This includes old beliefs, stories that you've outgrown, or habits that you don't want to bring with you into the new year or into the new week. I feel like you are opening yourself up and saying, what can I do that feels lighter? What can I do that feels more expansive? What can I do that may have me stepping into my courage? This could be a bold action step or a choice that you make on Thursday, but it's for the better, right? It's for the better here. And you could be taking a look at your diet for some of you, your health. If you have struggled, again, if you've struggled with a health, maybe a chronic illness, some sort of pain, there could be some answers coming through this week because I'm getting that teacher energy, but it could also be a doctor or a therapist or someone who is a professional in whatever it is that you are wanting to feel better in, or if this is health, it feels like you are getting some answers or you are diving into learning more about your body or learning more about maybe some of these symptoms. And it feels like you're upgrading. You're upgrading here. And there could even be a new supplement or a new form of like medication. It doesn't feel like it's traditional though. It feels like it's more holistic. And I see that you are excited to try something new because some of you may have felt like you were at your wit's end because I'm being shown the 10 of Wands. And it feels like this was burdensome. It may even be you protecting your own energetic space, your own boundaries, because sometimes that 10 of Wands is highly empathic, taking on other people's stuff, right? And sometimes we feel like we have to fix it or we have to figure it out or we don't even know what's happening. Is this their stuff? Is this my stuff? And that can happen when you are opening up to your own spiritual gifts where energetic boundaries need to come into play. And you're like, Mel, I didn't even really know much about that. Like, what does that mean? How do I protect my space? And it feels like you are opening yourself up to learning, understanding, and protecting. But I see that you are also leveling up in always. I'm getting temperance now in my mind's eye. So healthy body, healthy mind, healthy lifestyle. So you are ready. And then moving into Friday, December 19th, we have that new moon. Education, travel, and I'm getting sacred contracts, soul contracts. This could be business contracts as well. This may even be some sort of professional contract that is agreed upon. It almost feels like this Friday you have the ability to seal the deal. Seal the deal. I mean, you could even work in publishing, some of you marketing. This is creative energy. It's artsy. You could be a teacher, a coach, a mentor. Because that Sag energy is expansive, it feels like your craft or your career or whatever it is that you are wanting to focus on that could potentially bring in earnings or money if it doesn't already. It feels like it's an area that has the ability to be highly creative. And there is the ability to grow in this line of work or in this field. And I also see that many of you have learned very, very valuable lessons in the past that you could now share through storytelling or through your artistry or through your own skills. So education is highlighted. And I am seeing here someone searching online, for flights. There could be a booking showing up, like a booking of a trip, a booking of an event. And I see Friday, there could even be like a class that you join. You find it online and you're like, wow, I really wanted to learn about this. So there's also going to be an important connection with abundance coming through. So either you could be talking to someone about finances or about abundance in some form on Friday. I'm getting Akashic records. So for those of you that are wanting to tune in and maybe learn more about the Akashic records, our divine blueprints, I see that you could do so in meditation or through dream state, or this could be a class that you're diving into. But it feels like you also are receiving downloads that come instantly, and it's connected to your Akashic records. That's what I'm getting here for you. Now, sometimes this can be writing a book. Some of you may be authors, or you may be publishing something, putting it out into the world. And I see that you are excited about a trip that may be planned now, or you may be purchasing tickets on now, but it shows up in the beginning of or the first half of 2026. So a very beautiful day on Friday. Now moving into Saturday, December 20th, you have trust. Trust now that the choices that you have made are for your highest good. Trust that you can take this leap of faith, that you can say yes, that you have the ability to evolve into the best version of yourself, that you will continue growing and you will continue to make choices sometimes that you're not sure, was that the right thing to do? But I feel like you have the ability to mess up from time to time, or to, I don't love this word, but fail, because that is where we grow. I feel like failure and success are hand in hand. It's like climbing the ladder, and failure is right here because in order to succeed, you first have to figure out what doesn't work. And that's what it feels like, is you know what you don't want. Now you get to step up into success in some way. But I feel like there is this level of trust that spirit is saying, come with me, hold my hand. Like, we're in this together. We got this. Now there could even be a vulnerable moment that you have with someone on Saturday. This could be a loved one, a partner, it could be a child, it could be a coach, a best friend, a guide. I feel like you are promising to say yes. It's like there's a commitment being made. That's what I'm getting here. Some sort of soul commitment, or it could be a physical contract or commitment. And now you are saying, I'm trusting that this is the right thing for me. And I feel like it is. Because again, your intuition, this is connected to your soul purpose. And remember what I said about divine downloads coming through, where that logical mind, the old stories of limitation, the old containers that you've outgrown, this intuitive knowing and this expansiveness is louder than whatever has held you back. Now, Sunday, December 21st, we have messages. Messages shows up really powerful because it feels like there may even be a loved one in spirit that shows up on this day, and you know it's them. You know, because this could be their name, that shows up where someone says it out loud. Maybe they're calling their child in the store, but it's the same name of a loved one in spirit. It could be that you almost instantly, it feels like instant downloads, where in the past you may have questioned it, or you may have thought, is that a message, or is that a sign? Is that a symbol? And I feel like you're not doing that. Especially on Sunday, you're saying that was definitely meant for me, or that was definitely my spirit guide, or my mother, or my Nana. It feels like you are receiving a lot of messages through your inner world, but also externally. And so there could be an email, there could be a text, there could be a call that shows up. And I'm also getting throat chakra energy. So the throat chakra is highlighted where many of you are being guided to express yourself through speaking, public speaking, or perhaps you have a YouTube channel, or you may be writing a book. You could be putting your work out there online, because you see on the career, he is showing up online. So you could have an online business, or you are maybe joining a new platform, or learning about how you can grow your skill set, grow your business, grow a company. And it feels like Sunday is very, very powerful. So important communication. You may even want to travel with a small notepad if you are traveling, because it feels like your ideas are hot. They're coming in fast. They're coming in rapidly. And if you are a content creator, or if you are writing a book, or you are an artist of any kind, which I feel like many of you are, this would be a great day to paint, to create a vision board, or to dance, move the body, or do some automatic writing, because it just feels like that flow, that channel is really opening up and it's coming in strong. So incoming news, announcements, and important communication come through on Sunday. That is what I have for the week ahead. Thank you so much, Soul Tribe, for being here, for connecting. And again, please feel free to drop in the comment section your crystal that you may be wearing, or one that's next to you, or even speaking about crystals. If you had one that came up in your mind's eye, drop it in the comment section. I would love to hear, and I'll also enter you into the free reading giveaway. And if you are interested in a personal reading or signing up for the monthly newsletter, you can find that information in the description box below, or by visiting intuitivesoulcoach.com.